Hello guys, welcome to part 2 of our little Lego Man tutorial. In this video we are going to create the body and we are going to create the legs. And I think the first video ran on a little bit long there. I kind of explained a few of the different tips I've been using. But if you've been following my tutorials by now, you should be familiar with a lot of the tips and tricks that I do. So we're just going to blast through this one quite quickly, I think, today. See if we can get through it a bit quicker. There'll be nothing here too difficult that we haven't done before. But if you need to, just pause, rewatch the video and see what my mouse is clicking on, and I'll explain anything that's any more complicated than that. So okay, we're going to make the body, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start just with a plain box. I'll just drag this out onto my canvas, not worrying where it is just for now, and I will position it and resize it based off my front and side views here. So I might give myself a little bit more space for that. So let me see, just going to hit my move tool. Easiest thing to do is line it up first of all with the height that I want to go for. And then on my modify panel, just adjust these here. So sideways, that looks about right. That's more like it. So I'm just getting roughly correct. I'm only going to use one length, width and height. I don't need any more than that. Just try and position you. And now what I can do is, it's not quite perfect yet, but what I'll do is rather than moving these, I'm going to convert it to editable poly. And I'm going to go into my vertex mode. And I'm just going to manually position parts of this. So I'll take vertex. So I'll take and drag these back verts, drag them back here. And on the side, I will look at the bottom verts, line them up at the bottom here. Take the left side. Oops. Take the left side, line them up at the bottom. And then this top side here, just make sure it's roughly about correct. There we go. And what I want to do, I'm going to hit Alt X just to turn it transparent again, and just to give me a little bit more room in the front viewport here. I'll just drag and select over these vertices. So remember, we're selecting these two vertices. We can only see one here because we're looking straight on the front, but we're actually selecting two. And I'm just going to actually, do you know what I'll do just to keep it even? Rather than moving one and then moving the other, which could make them a bit non-symmetrical, I'm going to actually select all of these, go to my scale tool, and just scale these in until they are roughly correct. So yeah, that looks pretty good. There we go. And what I will do now that I've made that shape, I am going to chamfer these edges. So let me see. I want to chamfer all of these top edges. I want the upper edges to be a little bit softer than the bottom edges. So what I'm going to do is select all of these and then apply a chamfer. And it doesn't need to be huge, so that there's too big. I will just bring it down maybe to about 0.3. Even that's too big actually. I'll try 0.2. So 0.2 centimeters. That's not too bad. Okay, we'll try that. And that softens it out a little bit. Again, just gives a nice wee soften of the edge. But just gives us a wee problem on the bottom here, in that we have one big polygon that now has far too many faces. So we want to keep 4 faces. So we're just going to go to our vertex tool. And what we can do with this is just take this little vertex and this little vertex. And if we hit connect, it will split those in two. So we've got a 4-sided one here. I want to do the same thing on the other side. Just select those both and hit connect. And now we have a 4-sided poly here, a 4-sided in the middle, and a 4-sided here. So there we go. That's our body. That's all we're going to do with that. We're not going to make it any more complicated. So we're just going to right click, hit top level, and Alt X will bring that back. That's okay. Another little thing I'm going to do, just because I'm pedantic like that, I'm going to select the head and just click on this little icon here. I'm just going to turn it yellow because a Lego head should be yellow, shouldn't it? Let me see. Okay, so we're going to start on the legs now. And how we're going to start on the legs is we are going to get a wee look at the schematics here. If you look at the schematics for a Lego man, you can see that we have this little hip section. And that hip section is then connected to the 2 legs. So when we're making the lower body, we want to start with these hips first of all, and then we'll do the legs separately. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the cylinder. And do you know what another thing I'm going to do is, just because it will be good practice for later on when we are exporting out. Before I move any further, I'm just going to take this guy and I'm going to select the move tool. I'm going to right click on the move tool and I'm going to set these to 0, 0, 0. I don't need to touch the Z axis, the height axis, because all my parts will be stacked on top of each other, but just the X and the Y, right click on that, and rather than typing 0 in here, if I just right click here, that'll 0 it, and right click here, that'll 0 that. Just because when it goes to export, then we will have our origin point right in the middle of this guy, which will be better when it comes into game engine. So I'll need to now just adjust this back into position, just select my plane, and again just eyeball it, just move it over. And with the body in 0, 0, what I'll do is the head can be just a little bit off. That's okay. There we go. And I'll do the same to the front. So remember, I'm not moving the Lego man. I've zeroed out the Lego man. And now I'm just moving this guy over here. Like so. I'm just eyeballing it. There we are. I think we're a little bit off there. I think the head is just a little bit to the side. There we go. So something you could easily forget to do, but always important to zero out your models. Okay, so on the legs. No more distractions. Okay, what we're doing, we're going to get our cylinder here. We're going to create a wee cylinder. I'm going to set this one to have just one height segment. And we'll give it 2 cap segments there. How many sides do we want? 18. Do you know what? We'll leave that at 18. I know we made the head a lot bigger, but this is going to be a lot less visible than the head. So the head will be a lot more eyeballs on it. So it needs to have that little higher resolution, but this one we can get away with. It's going to be mostly hidden in the legs anyway. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to rotate this by 90 degrees. This way, and remember we still have our little angle snaps on there to get those nice solid numbers. And what I'm going to do is come to my not my front view, well I'll go to my front view for now and just position this correctly. You'll see it's far too big, so I will just shrink down the height a little bit until it's about correct. There we go. And come into my left viewport. And I'm going to hit Alt X as well, just so I can see through it. Bring it into position. And just put my radius down. Now it's not quite exactly this size, but it's close enough as makes no difference. I'm going to make the circle the same size as this ring of the leg here. So that's just a wee bit big, so maybe I'll set this about 3.6. Will that do? Yeah, perfect, 3.6. Now your values are going to be different than mine based on your initial setup of these reference images, but that's good enough for me. So that is that place roughly in position. So what we need to do is make this little kind of medallion shape on top here, and then extend it out along the sides. So to do that, it's actually quite easy. What I'm going to do, my body's in the way here. So I'm going to right click my body and hit hide selection. Whoops, no, sorry. Select my body, right click, hide selection. There we go. It's not deleted or anything, it's just hidden, and we can bring it back in a second. In fact, just to show you, we'll just right click, hide unselected. No, wait, what am I doing? Right click, unhide all. That's what I want, just to bring everything back. So, right click, hide selection. There we go. And now we can work on this. So what I want to do, I want to convert this to an editable poly. And I'm going to select some of these top polys. Now, if we look here, we have the circle kind of cutting through this kind of top rectangular part. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select some of these polygons, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can't really see it here, but that's roughly correct. And these come down just almost to that lower end of that rectangle. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move these slightly down until they line up. And it will break this circle a wee bit, but I'm not too worried about it. Again, we'll not really see it. And now I'm going to extrude those out. Just going to hit extrude. Now, not nearly as far as that. Just enough to line up with the top of this. And because they're all curved, we will come down here to our little XYZ buttons. I want to align them vertically on the Z axis and the up arrow. You just click that Z. Or maybe we don't click that Z. Oh, I need to apply my extrusion first of all. So the height there, just hit the little tick. There we go. And hit the Z. No, not the Z. Why not the Z? I swear these are glitchy. So the height is my Z axis, it should be the Z. Sometimes it doesn't work. For some reason it thinks the X axis is the vertical one. I don't know why. But if it doesn't do what you do, just hit, or if it doesn't do what you want it to do, just hit Control Z and then just choose another axis. Now I thought that should have been Z, but apparently not. So we're just going to pull that up. There we go, perfect. And now what we'll do is we'll take this little front face, this little back face, and we are going to once again extrude. We'll just extrude those out, and luckily that size seems to be okay, but we'll just extrude them as far as we need. Take it out to there. Fantastic. So we've got this little medallion shape. And now what we're going to do is we are going to select U, and on the other side, all of these guys. And same thing, we extrude it out. And we end up with this little hip box shape. So now if I look at my front viewport here, just for a reference, and see just how wide I need to make these hips. So that looks about right. Hit OK. There we go, we've got a nice little hip shape there that we can attach our legs to. Now, in a real Lego model, we would take the likes of these polys here, this entire ring, and extrude those out for a peg for the legs to actually attach onto. So again, if you're doing a product design, that's what you do. For us just doing games, we're not going to do that. We're going to leave it as is. We're going to come to top level, just right click top level, Alt X again, and right click, unhide all. And there we go. Now he is looking not too bad. And we'll make the legs. So the legs work quite similarly. What we are going to do is we'll get another cylinder. Do the same thing. We have one height segment, two cap segments. We're going to rotate it 90 degrees. Make sure you select the axis so it doesn't do that. See if I can get a good handle on the axis here. Nope, it does not want to get the axis. This little snaps tool can sometimes be a little bit fidgety. Let me see if I select this axis. Now back to this one. There we go. I made a video on a little quick tip for doing this a while ago, and it took me 20 attempts to get the rotate tool to actually do what I want. It's really frustrating. So, okay, what we'll do is we'll position this as well. There we go. Just position it roughly. And what we'll do is actually we'll just hide this little medallion piece. Right click, hide selection. There we go. And just take our legs and move them back up in here. Alt X again to turn it transparent, just so we can eyeball it a little bit. Get that radius just perfect. Bring it down a little bit. There we go. Lovely. And if we look on our front viewport, we will move this over. Whoops, wrong one. Select the cylinder. It's really hard to see where I'm clicking here because it's on a white background, so apologies. You'll be finding it just as bad. So I bring this over here. Because my pivot's sort of on the right hand side, I'll pull this over here and then just move my height up until it is the right thickness for the leg. There we go, perfect. So we're going to do a similar technique for the bottom of the leg as we did for the top of the hip piece. I'm going to select all of the bottom polygons here. So we right click it, convert to editable poly. Select my polygon mode. And I want to select on the back side basically all of these polys right up until this kind of vertical one. I don't want to select this vertical one, but I want to take all of the ones from that just until, it's a little bit difficult to see here, but just until this one where that straight line comes up. I just want to select that polygon. So depending on how many polys you had for your cylinder, you might need a few more or a few less, but these are the ones I want. And now I'm going to hit extrude again. Now you'll notice that it actually comes out vertically, or sorry, at an angle. What I'm going to do, let me see, my local normal, no, I don't want that, back group is what I want. Yeah, no, that's okay. I'm just going to do that for now. And then I'm going to just move it over and eyeball it so it's vertical. So just a wee bit off, yeah. So, oops, no. There we go, Control Z for that. Control Z, my best friend. There we go, that's about vertical. What we want to do now is horizontally align these so that they're nice and flat. So I don't think it works quite as well for, actually maybe okay. And I wonder is it because I'm in polygon mode rather than vertex that it is choosing my axis differently. But there we go, in this case it was the X one. And we'll just move you up a little bit. There we go, isn't that perfect? So now we have one leg and we just need to put a little bit of a foot into it. God, we're up to 19 minutes already. I thought that was going to be a quick video. Okay. I need to add in a little bit of a foot here. So what I'm going to do, I am going to, don't want to use quick slice. No, I like using swift loop. No, I don't want to use swift loop. Swift loop is a great tool that puts a loop right through your mesh. The problem with swift loop is it goes exactly halfway, or not halfway, but it kind of adapts to the size of each individual edge. So I want a nice straight edge here, but you can see that because my top side is curved, if I come up near the top, it's going to be curved. And I'll get straighter, but it'll never be perfectly straight as I do this. So swift loop I'm not going to use. Let me see, quick slice. If I come here and I do that, hold shift, will that do what I want? No, it will not. Also didn't seem to apply it. Nah, do you know what we'll do? Why are you not? We'll turn off quick slides. We will use swift loop, and we'll just put a little loop in here. And what we'll do is back up to my vertex mode, deactivate swift loop now that I've got that in there, and with those vertices selected, let me just get a bit more room here. With these vertices selected, what I will do is I will hit my where are you? My little XYZ button again, and now they are perfectly aligned. Just hit that, so align them all on the same vertical height. I may need to just adjust them a little bit to make them the right height for the foot, but that can be easily done. Now that they're all aligned, I just pull that down, and there we go. I press 4 on my keyboard to turn it back to polygon mode. I'm going to just select this front little polygon. This is going to be my foot. I'm going to hit extrude and just manually adjust that to be the right size. And again, we're just eyeballing here. Lovely. There we go. So we've got a foot. So now at this point, if I come back to my top level, hit Alt X again, select you, Alt X, and bring you back. Now we've got one leg. Lovely jubbly. So all we need to do now is duplicate that, and that is us done. So let me get to my front viewport. And because these are perfectly symmetrical, I don't need a mirror or anything like that. You can see that there's a little bit of thickness there I haven't quite accounted for. What we can do actually on this guy is just come around to this side here. We can select all of these polys sort of underneath this little hip section. If it will select them for me, please. My computer to please catch up. That would be lovely. Doesn't seem to want to. Nope. Just take your time there. It's not as if these people are busy. Any chance you can do what I want? I think this is it, guys. I think this is where you start to see me lose my cool. I actually suffer from really bad techno rage. Okay, what the hell is going on here? Right, I've got you selected. We're in polygon mode. Select. Have I frozen you? No, I haven't. Okay, hang on. Something's glitching on me here. Hang on, I'm just going to unhide all. So let me see, that's not too bad. Select you. Polygon mode. Have I hit something by accident? Why is it not displaying? Why are you glitching on me, stupid computer? Oh god, I hate my life. How are you guys doing? You enjoying the show? Come on, polygon mode. I really need to upgrade my laptop. Select a polygon. You're not frozen. Why are you doing this? Okay, let me see. Are you working okay? Let's see, little hip bone. Polygon mode. You're not selecting either. Okay, something's going wrong here. Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to restart 3ds Max, and hopefully that'll fix everything. I will be right back. And we're back. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what happened there. Just my 3ds Max just seemed to glitch. I don't think I hit any kind of setting or anything. I think it's honestly just my old laptop getting a bit glitchy. But as I was saying there, now that we can select this, what I want to do just to get this little last bit of thickness on the leg here. You can just about see there. I just want to select all of these polygons here on the side. And just extrude them ever so slightly. And just eyeball it. There we go. That's all we need. Just hit your little tick there. And that's it. My laptop is very much struggling right now. Very, very much so. So if we're being really, really pedantic here, last wee thing we'll do, you'll see that these, whoa, what is going on? You can go away. Oh, I've got 2 copies of Max open. Go away, you. I don't need you. Close you as well. There we go. Yeah, let's try and wrap this up before my laptop decides to explode. I think it could be time for an upgrade. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay, do you know what? That's why we're in the wrong one. Yeah, so last little thing we could do, we could just pull some of these polys down just so they're underneath this wheel in here, but it's a really minor thing, and since my computer looks like it's about to explode, I'm not going to even bother doing that right now, but we'll maybe come back to that later on. All I want to do now is duplicate this leg and place it on the other side. Now there's a little tool up here called the mirror tool, which will basically duplicate and flip one of your objects, but I don't like doing it because it actually flips your normals as well, so it turns your polygons inside out effectively. So what I'm going to do is I'm instead going to select my move tool. I'm just going to hold shift and move you over here. Oh, my computer is going so slow at the minute. There we go. And in my scale, there we go. I apologize for this going so slow, but luckily we're near the end. In my X direction here, I'm just going to set this to, and I hope this works. I've never actually tried it this way. Minus 100. Whoops, nope. X once again. Once again, Max is just playing fast and loose with the laws of what each axis is. So, nope, not the Y one either. Z. Let me see. Boom, there we go. What I've done is I've just scaled it to minus 100%. I copied it and scaled it to minus 100%. So now you can see that little inside bit here. We've basically flipped the leg inside out. If we didn't have this little bit on the inside, we could literally just copy the leg over and moved it along because the leg would have been symmetrical anyway, it wouldn't have mattered. But just because we had that little inside bit, we had to scale it, and now we will just move you into position. And again, we'll take this little top window here and just eyeball it. And there we go. So what we'll do is we'll take these objects, and they're still called cylinder, etc. We'll just call it leg underscore R and leg underscore L. As soon as my computer catches up, leg underscore L. There we go. And we'll call this just hip butt maybe. Just make sure everything is named correctly. Hip underscore box. Cool. So I'm going to leave it here before my computer actually melts. Failing it, yeah, I could fry an egg on this thing. So that'll do. God, 29 minutes. This is taking far too long. Hope you enjoyed that video. Hope you weren't put off too much by my ramblings and shouting at my computer too much. We will leave it there, and I will see you for the next video where I will try and make the arms, and hopefully my computer will not fly off into space. So thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, leave them down below, and I will see you for the next video, hopefully. Goodbye.